All right.
It's like one-on-one.
Yeah, I know, this is scary. I'm with Brieanna Brock Randall. Is it Brieanna Brock?
Brieanna Brock.
Just Brieanna Brock? Okay, I'm with Brieanna Brock. We're going to talk about all the wonderful projects she's doing, starting with, who are you dressed as?
I am dressed as Animus today. She is from Eltron Chronicles.
Okay.
There is my very good friend Andy Bond, but he's a creator. He has his own creator-owned comic, and so she is a ranger that explains the bow. Okay. Anyway, we're rocking con. This is the first time we've had anybody cosplay any of this character, so we're excited.
Yeah, that's cool. So is this one of your favorite series right now?
Eltron Chronicles will always be one of my favorite series, and it's not just because Andy and I are good friends. It's because a lot of these creator-owned talents put a lot of time and passion into their work, and you become a fan right away if you just pick it up and read it.
Now, I understand there's a contest with you posting a picture of you right now?
Yes, if you come by and take a picture with me dressed as Animus and post it to Twitter and tag at Eltron, and then hashtag Eltron Chronicles. He's doing a drawing at the end of each day, and you get a free package. Like you get issue 0, 1, and 2 of Eltron Chronicles and a free print of dressed as Animus.
Oh, cool. All right. So how did you get into cosplay initially?
Actually, just reading comics. I initially started out with a comic series by Peter Dagg, and it was The Life of Buddy. Ironically, I just wanted something humorous that I found in a comic book store, and then it ran out. After you read so many of the graphic novels, you know, the older series that have stopped, you have to pick something else up. So I started looking around, and I found actually some Zenescope art from Grim Fairy Tales, and I fell in love with the art, and then I started reading the story and fell in love with the characters and wanted to bring them to life. So I learned all about cosplay and started cosplaying.
Okay, so what's your favorite costume all time you've worn?
My favorite costume
that you've actually cosplayed.
Oh my gosh, my favorite costume.
Used to be, you could say it.
That's so hard. I can't label that. I've got like 2 closets full of costumes.
Oh, okay. Just talk about a couple of them at least.
A couple of them. Well, Wonder Woman's one of my favorites, but I honestly can't say that I've done her justice yet, because I need a legit, you know, she's very high up in those ranks, and I've got a couple cheesy Wonder Woman costumes. I've had a whole lot of fun cosplaying Jean Grey and Green Phoenix. That's one of my favorites, and it's always kind of a big hit, and people know who she is. It's hard when you dress as somebody and nobody knows who they are. It's also a great way, though, to go ahead and bring a new character to life and get people, you know, more interested in that character.
That's cool. So you don't just cosplay, you do a whole lot of other things. I understand you're now into your own clothing line?
Yes, I actually am the co-CEO of Iridescent Events. We are a group based out of Las Vegas, Nevada, but we're going to be traveling from Nevada, California, Arizona, and Texas. And we host fashion show events with a whole group of entertainment. Sometimes we have burlesque dancers, we have a comedian, different musicians, definitely vendors and stuff. And then there's always a fashion show at the end, and it's usually themed around something. The last one that we had was Carnival of Clovers, and so we took St. Patty's Day and Mardi Gras, and we told the designers that's what they had to work with, and they came up with costumes or designs based on that, and then we recruited models and makeup artists and hairstylists and host a fashion show, and we always give part of what we earn to a specific charity, and we try to change it up each time.
So okay, how's it like organizing an event versus actually being in front?
Oh my God. Thank God for my good friend Amber Foley, because she is like the supreme organizer when it comes to these events. It's a lot of work, and there's so many people involved. If you look behind the scenes, you know, for just the fashion aspect alone, people that are the models, and then you have people doing their hair and their makeup. I mean, we even have body painters that get involved, and just getting all of them together, even for a post-meeting, is hard. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, but it's definitely always for a good cause, and it's worth it.
So do you prefer being still in front, or do you prefer actually organizing the stuff behind the scenes at this point?
We do a little bit of both. I haven't been cosplaying as much because I've kind of been caught up in fashion design and stuff like that there in Vegas. So it's always great to come back home, especially for a PCC, and especially to be walked on by so many people. It's just awesome. But it's fun either way. I like doing both.
Yeah, that's cool. So you also got a comic on the go, so you can tell a little bit about what it's about?
The comic?
Yeah.
Okay, so Seven is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Always will be. And I actually had drew inspiration after cosplay and working with these models fashion show-wise too. So what we're doing is we are starting a series, and it's the Seven Sisters, and issue 1 will be based off of the 7 Deadly Sins, whereas each model is taking pictures portraying a story. They're each going to get 3 pages in a comic book, and we're digitally turning them, so they look comic-wise. It's pretty hot, it's pretty adult. I mean, it's not graphic, but it's definitely for a mature audience. Yeah, very sexy. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good hit, and a very, very awesome exclusive cover.
So are you writing any stories in particular, or you are editing?
I'm actually, I organized it, and I'm behind the whole comic, and I'm writing it myself too. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So which of your 7 sisters is your favorite to actually write right now? What are you working at this point?
I think Envy.
Okay.
And like I said, they're only getting 3 pages, but if you knew the dedication that the models are putting into it alone, it was also kind of a way, instead of just hiring an artist, and even though they are skilled and talented, it was kind of a way to help promote the models that have also helped me with the shows and stuff, kind of like feedback to them and help get them exposure perhaps, definitely open up the world for them in the comic industry. So my favorite would be Envy, though. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely Envy.
That's cool. Okay, and I also got a movie or a film you're working on. The short.
The film is actually the film is done.
Oh, cool.
It's called The Immigrants, and we've actually sent it. Well, the director and producer did. They sent it to Fanfare, so we're hoping that it takes off. We've got to obviously premiere it soon, so they're working on that. But they're tied up. They're not just working on The Immigrants. They've actually started another film and completion for that too. So it's going to be cool though. It's based off of a girl that comes over. She's foreign. She comes to the States, and we teach her very bad things. There's a lot of like Czech Republic, the whole accent, everything that comes out. It's good. You'll have to see it.
Okay, you have to see it to believe it?
Yeah.
So you had fun doing, though, I can definitely tell.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was funny because my husband, I would come home and he's like, you're talking like that. You've got an accent. But you do, you start to pick up the lingo, and when you're acting each scene over and over again, you start to pick it up. It's like going back home and coming back and saying y'all or something.
So could you see yourself doing either more movies and or comics? Or what would you be perfect for you in that regard?
I do. I would say like there's a point in time obviously when maybe I'm not going to look so sexy in these costumes anymore, or feel as confident, I don't know, but there's definitely a time to kind of set certain things aside and kind of push your bar a little bit, and I've been doing that lately. I really like the fashion scene. Cosplay I'll always come back on and not fall back on it, but it's just something that'll be there and passionate about, But I do like the comic scene too. There's another one that Justin Chung portrayed over at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and it is pilot July Summers. Her name is Mia. Her AKA name is Mia, and that is going to be like a military squad-based comic series, and that'll have actual artists behind it. That one is set to come out next fall, not this coming fall, but next fall.
Wow, you're busier than I am. Holy cow. Yeah. But okay, a couple quick con questions. What do you most look forward to when you come to a con? What's most?
Gosh, I look forward to meeting people and networking.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've gotten where I am industry-wise and even in the fashion aspect from meeting people and networking with them. But I thoroughly enjoy cosplay. Is getting big. And
I know.
It's getting super big, and there's some amazing costumes out there, and I love love meeting all the new people and seeing their passion in it too.
My buddy, he did a whole like big costume like at the Odafest in Calgary, and
very cool.
Yeah, no, you know, you gotta see, he's a big giant. He works. I saw him put all this work and dedication in it. It was awesome actually to see it all come together. So I kind of get to see it from the outside looking in. So it's always a fun thing for me. So, but it's just cool to see people express themselves that way. It's really, yeah.
Gosh, you know, the very first fashion show that I did was Steampunk Cosplay Fashion Show. And it was to help promote literacy and bring out, we took comic characters and we had a specific list and we told designers to throw them in the Victorian and Steampunk era. And it was really awesome. And we raised a lot of money for Spread the Word Nevada. And we had a lot of comic books that were donated to those kids. So they are gaining a creative mind right now, and who knows, they could be one of the kids that are here later on, you know, selling their comics and writing for fans.
That's cool. Okay, last couple questions. What do you least look forward to at coming to a con? Like, what's your least favorite
Sleep.
thing? Yeah. You don't get to do that very much.
I don't get sleep. That is the least thing, and I definitely, I mean, I would look forward to it, but I don't, because I know I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, no.
But I just love everything about coming back here. I really don't think that there's anything I don't, other than sleep.
Is this your favorite con, like the Phoenix one? Is that
Phoenix Comic Con is my favorite con. I can't necessarily label it to that because I haven't branched out and been into some of the eastern states and seen it. But after going to San Diego, this Phoenix Comic Con, this is where everybody needs to be. This is the place.
Cool.